Today I'm going to make a shelf out of a Radio Flyer Wagon. This wagon was given to my daughter as a present about 22 years ago on Christmas morning. I just found a picture of that a couple weeks ago. I'm going to include that picture in her gift, but the gift is for my granddaughter who just turned 1, and I'm going to give my granddaughter her mom's old wagon, but I'm not going to give it to her as a wagon. I'm going to give it to her as a shelf. And I know a shelf's not something you would normally give a 1-year-old. The present's more probably for her mom than it is for her. But a lot of good memories. You know, it's just an old wagon, but I think her mom will like it. I know I like it. It's a pretty cool idea to take an old wagon and turn it into a shelf. It's rustic. You don't paint it up. You just leave it as is. It's got all the character from the years of use. Now here is the wagon. It's, like I said, it's just an old Radio Flyer, and you know, all rusted up. The sides don't look bad. The top here's got the paint worn off, and of course it's all rusted. I'll take a wire brush and kind of scuff that up a little bit and get the dust out of it. It has 4 bolts here and 4 bolts back here that attach to the axles, and I've tried getting those out with a screwdriver and ratchet and sockets and pliers, and it's just not working. So, you know, they're all really rusted. So I'm gonna have to use a side grinder and get the axles and wheels off of that. That's what I'm working on. Let me get this thing taken apart, and then I'll try to make a shelf out of it. I always use goggles or some type of eye protection when using a grinder of any kind. I definitely could not have ground those off without this. That's what it looks like. And I've got the bolts out, obviously. A couple big holes there, but that's okay. I'm gonna put this thing up on the workbench, flatten it out a little bit where the bottom's kind of bent up from years of use. Tap it down, scrape it out with a wire brush, and see how it looks. The old wagon looks pretty good, and it's actually pretty solid. Couple of holes in it, but not too bad. Sometimes you may need a block under the hole there. Okay, that's the pan. It's not real heavy. Not heavy at all, actually. And like you see, it's really rusted in here. This thing is set out and weathered. It's actually held up really good because, like I said, this thing's like 21 years old. So for it not to be rusted through no more than just a couple spots. And apparently we had some heavy loads on it before because it was really kind of bent down on this back corner. But that's all flattened out good. I'll take a wire brush, maybe some sandpaper over just to get the roughness off, and see if I can put some shelves in it. going to take a wet cloth, kind of wash the outside of it, clean it up a little bit, blow it dry, and put some shelves in it. Alright, so far I've determined that I want 3 shelves. I found some, not scraps, but some one before that I had planned on using with another project. I needed it, so I cut a few pieces, and I determined that it's 14 7/16 from one side to the other, so that's a snug fit. And to get 4 equal sections, I divided the 33, which is the length, by 4, and that comes to 8 1/4. So I've got the one marked for this shelf and this shelf. I'm going to put those in, and then I'm going to get the exact measurement for the middle one, and hopefully have them all spaced out evenly. I'm going to attach them. I'm just going to put a screw right up under the lip here, one screw on the front, and a couple screws through the back. Might have to eyeball that a little bit. And make sure it's the right length. 7 7/8 is what this should be. And 7 7/8. One in there. And one on this side. Should be right. Just put it right at the top. Okay, here's the final project, or the finished project. Again, there's where I ground out the bolts, and they will not, I mean, you won't see those once you put stuff on the shelf, obviously. You actually have, what, 4 shelves. This piece here, I had to have some way to attach some hooks to it. So on the back, and you can see where those bolts were at. But on the back, I put these hangers, and I just put a little piece of scrap wood up in here to attach the hangers to. So I just centered that up, and these shelves are 1x4. I found some old golden oak stain just to give it a little color, darken it up a little bit. So that is what it's going to look like. Prop that up right there. And there you go. Hang that thing on the wall. I think it'll look good, and I think she'll like it. Okay, there it is. Turn my daughter's wagon into a Radio Flyer shelf. I think it'll look good on the wall. It's an easy project, nothing hard about it. It just took a little bit of time. If you have an old Radio Flyer wagon or any type of old metal wagon laying around, and just because it's all rusted and might have some holes in it, doesn't mean it needs to be thrown away. Put it to use. You can also stack these things, get a couple of them, put some spacers in them, make it a cart, put some wheels on the bottom of them. You can put legs on the bottom of them, make it a little table, all kind of ideas. So put those Radio Flyer wagons to use. Don't chunk them in the trash. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all have a great day.